In a world where everybody is inundated with Instagram and TikTok, to actually get people's attention is hard. And we had an opportunity with.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for movies in Sweden.
Hi,
Hi.
Jonathan.
Hi. So I finished watching the entire series just a few days ago,
Okay.
and I really loved what I got to see because I realized I knew very little about this story. I knew of the Black Panthers, but I now know that how little I knew back then. So
Yeah.
so I was wondering. I wanted to start out with you, Jim, because if I understood it correctly, you kind of wrote like a thesis script about this 25 years ago, and it's now that we get to see the like the end result of that vision you had all the way back then. Uh, what made this story grab your attention?
Well, I think it's just sort of what you touched on in the beginning. Like I was a political junkie. I was a political science major in college and obsessed with the idea of like participatory democracy, direct democracy, civil disobedience, nonviolent civil disobedience, social movements as a way to change the agenda and thereby change the world. And so that's when I first came across what Huey P. Newton was all about, what he did. And of course, the first thing that you get hit with is here's a guy who, and as incredible as this is, like a college kid in 1967, young man, gets into the law book, finds something out and goes out, takes a gun and polices the police on his own. And so an incredible, like, wow, an incredible story of heroism and bravery and political activism. And then the more you get into it deeper, you find out like, yeah, that was step one. Then Republicans in California passed gun control laws to take because they saw Black Panthers with guns and took them away. And what the party became about was social change and like these social programs. So like this feeding, getting up at 5 a.m. to feed Oakland school children. And they built a library and they built a factory to make shoes and clothes. And they built, they put an ambulance service and medical care and all these programs. And that is when the federal government declares war on him, not because they went out and took guns into the streets of Oakland, but because they were feeding school children. They launched this COINTELPRO program because they saw what it could mean and what it could change and all of that it could do. And they said,
Well, the influence, yeah,
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
they
yeah,
they declared war on Huey Newton. So
yeah.
it's an incredible story to me, and that's what I sparked you originally, and I hope we get across.
Yeah, and also I must thank you, Janine, for many hours of television watching Third Watch and
Oh, thanks.
yeah, and Criminal Minds and ER and everything like that. What was it in this story in particular that grabbed your attention? Now we have only like 1 minute left, so you have to make it
I
short.
literally had never seen a limited series about Huey Newton. And I know right now in this country, we are fighting to get history told, especially Black history told. There's all these measures against us. And so if this was a way to tell Huey's journey and his rise with the party, the breakup of the party, and his kind of realization of what he thought the world should do moving forward, while also showing a caper story that's fun and entertaining. The mix is just something you've never seen before. In a world where everybody is inundated with Instagram and TikTok, to actually get people's attention is hard. And we had an opportunity with this show to not only get people's attention, but to educate them and to let them know that Huey Newton just didn't sit in a wicker chair. He didn't just walk the streets with guns facing off with police to stop police brutality. Like Jim said, he fought to make sure that kids could get educated every single day with a full stomach because he realized that you can't actually learn if you're hungry. And so
Yeah,
that mere action made him wanted by the government. And so I think now more than ever, people need to like get up and be active in their communities. And if we can learn anything from Huey, it's that if you want the world to change, you have to actually change it.
yeah. Well, thanks a lot for your time today and for this marvelous show. I'm sure everyone will like it. So best of luck with the premiere.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
having us.
Thank you.